hoping you'd come by today. I baked bread this morning. Well, most of it is bread. The recipe is very old. Older than the village. Older than the church. Older than the road that brought you here. But mostly bread. Would you like some? You don't have to look so nervous. I know everyone has been talking. Villagers are terrible for that. One person sees something strange, then suddenly everyone has a story. Especially about me. I hear them, you know. The whispers. The rumours. The little conversations that stop when I walk past. Such a sweet girl. Always smiling. Always helping. Always polite. Then they lower their voices and say the interesting things. She's going into the woods after dark. She talks to herself. Something isn't right with that girl. They've been saying that since I was 12. Would you like some tea? I made extra. I always make extra. I suppose part of me hopes someone will visit, and now you have. So, sit down. Please. I'd like the company. There, that's better. You know, when you arrived in the village, everyone was suspicious. Not me. I liked you immediately. You looked lost. Not geographically, spiritually. Like someone searching for something they couldn't name. Those are my favourite kinds of people. They ask questions. And questions are doors. Most people never open them. But you do. That's why you're sitting here now. You want answers. You want to know why the villagers keep staring at my house. Why old Mrs. Weaver crosses herself when she sees me. Why children aren't allowed near the forest path. Why every conversation somehow ends with people telling you not to follow me into the woods. Would you like to know the truth? Be careful. Most people don't. They only think they do. The truth is rarely comforting. That's why stories exist. Stories soften sharp edges, and the truth doesn't bother. It cuts. You're still here. Good. That means you're brave. Or curious. They're often the same thing. I wasn't always the sweetest girl in the village. I was shy. Quiet. The sort of child nobody notices or remembers. Then one summer, everything changed, and I found something in the woods. Or maybe it found me. I haven't decided which. The forest was different back then. Darker. Older. There were places people avoided. Places birds refused to land. Places where the air felt wrong. You know that feeling? When your instincts are screaming at you to leave. When every part of you knows you're standing somewhere you shouldn't be. But I walked toward it. I've never had particularly good survival instincts. I kept going, past the stream, past the fallen oak, and past the old stone circle, and there I found it. No, I'm not going to tell you what it looked like. Not because it's a secret. Because I genuinely don't know. Every time I remember, it looks different. Sometimes enormous and sometimes tiny. Sometimes beautiful and sometimes horrifying. Sometimes it doesn't look like anything at all. Just a feeling. A presence. A certainty. It knew my name before I spoke, before I breathed, before I was even afraid. It knew me. And somehow that felt wonderful. Do you know what it's like to be completely known? Most people spend their entire lives unseen, misunderstood, misjudged, lonely. Then, suddenly, something looks directly into your soul and understands every part of you. Every fear. Every hope. Every ugly thought. And every secret. But instead of rejecting you, it welcomes you. It's so difficult to walk away from that. So, I didn't. I stayed for hours, then days, then years, and little by little the village began to notice. I became happier, kinder, friendlier. People loved me. They still do, mostly. I help with harvests, and I care for the sick, and I bring food to lonely neighbours. I remember birthdays. I fix fences, and I rescue lost animals. I smile. I say please and thank you. I'm everything a good person should be, which makes it difficult for people to explain why I'm frightening. You understand, don't you? Goodness isn't always comforting. Sometimes it's unsettling. Especially when it never cracks. When it never fails. People expect kindness to have limits, but mine doesn't. Because, well, it isn't mine. That little shiver, you're beginning to understand. The kindness, the patience, the warmth. Those were gifts given to me by the thing in the woods. And gifts always come with obligations. That's how gifts work. People just prefer pretending otherwise. Would you like more tea? You seem tense. No? Suit yourself. You know what the villagers get wrong? They think I worship it because I'm afraid, but that's not true. I'm not afraid of it, not anymore. Fear requires uncertainty, and I'm very certain I know exactly what it is, or at least I know what it wants, which is much more important. Most gods are confusing. Mine is simple. It wants devotion, attention. It wants to be remembered. Honestly, it's surprisingly human. Maybe that's why I like it. And before you ask, yes, it asks things of me. Of course it does. Nothing this old gives freely. Every harvest festival, every solstice, and every autumn, there are rituals, prayers, offerings, traditions, the usual sort of thing. No, not human sacrifices. The villagers always assumed that. They're very dramatic. If people were disappearing, don't you think someone would notice? No. It asks for stranger things. Memories. Promises. Names. Pieces of people. Not physical pieces. Important pieces. The parts that make them who they are. Those are far more valuable and far easier to carry. You're pale. I keep doing that, don't I? I keep forgetting that what feels normal to me sounds horrifying to everyone else. I'm sorry. Not really. Oh, a little. Oh, you know, I've been meaning to ask you something. Why haven't you left? The village, I mean. You've had every opportunity. You heard the rumours and you saw the stairs. You noticed the warnings, and yet you're still here. Still visiting. Still asking questions. And still sitting across from me. Why? That's what I thought. Curiosity. Such a dangerous thing. Do you know what curiosity and devotion have in common? They both start with attention. You look, then you keep looking, then eventually you can't stop. That's how worship begins. Not with faith, but with fascination. You're fascinated, aren't you? Not by the thing in the woods, by me. The sweet village girl. The one everyone likes. The one nobody trusts. The contradiction bothers you. You want it solved. You want me solved. That's adorable. You still think mysteries have answers. Some mysteries only have consequences, and you're getting very close to one, because every conversation we've had, every cup of tea, every walk through town, and every little smile has been moving you closer. Not physically, spiritually. Emotionally, you're becoming connected to me, and through me to something else. You should see your face. Oh no, don't worry. It's too late for panic. That's the funny part. People imagine corruption as something dramatic. Lightning, blood, dark rituals. But most corruption is gentle, patient. It arrives smiling. It offers tea. It remembers your favourite stories. It makes you feel special, seen, wanted. And by the time you realise what's happening, you don't want to leave. Do you? Do you want to leave? Right now, this moment. Stand up, walk out, never come back. Can you? No, I didn't think so. Because you felt it too. That feeling, that certainty, that strange warmth. The sense that something is paying attention, watching, listening, knowing. You felt it the first time we met. You just didn't recognise it. The thing in the woods noticed you immediately. It likes curious people. It likes lonely people even more, and you, my dear, are both. They're practically irresistible. Oh, don't be frightened. Nothing terrible is going to happen. At least, not today. You're not going to vanish, and you're not going to lose your mind. You're not going to wake up transformed into something horrible. That's not how it works. Changes happen slowly. One conversation at a time. One choice at a time. One little compromise after another. Until eventually you wake up one morning and realise you've become something new. Something devoted. Something willing. Something that smiles whenever the forest calls. Oh, don't look at me like that. I know exactly how insane this sounds, and yet you're still listening. That's the important part. You're still listening. The same way I listened all those years ago. The same way everyone eventually listens. Because once you've heard something ancient call your name, ordinary life becomes very difficult. Very quiet. Empty. I think that's why I wanted you to stay. Not for the thing in the woods. For me. The villagers never understand that. They think I'm recruiting, converting, expanding some terrible cult. But honestly, I'm just lonely. Even devoted girls get lonely. Especially devoted girls, because nobody ever knows whether they love you or what stands behind you. Nobody ever looks at you and sees just a girl, except maybe you. At least for a little while. And that was nice. See, even now, after everything I've told you, I'm still worried about being liked. How pathetic is that? An ancient power whispers through the forest. The stars sometimes move in the wrong direction. The village has spent generations fearing my shadow, and I'm sitting here wondering whether you think I'm pleasant company. I hope you do, because you'll be seeing me again tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that. The village is small, and the woods are patient. And devotion, well, devotion has a way of growing, especially when it's fed. So, finish your tea and take a walk home. Sleep. Dream. And if you hear something outside your window tonight, calling your name from somewhere deep among the trees, don't answer. Not yet. Or do. After all, that's exactly what I did. And look how wonderfully everything turned out for me. We'll talk again tomorrow. The woods are already looking forward to it.